We're playing Brigandine Grand Edition, but what we're doing is a little different than the typical Brigandine game. We're not really gonna play so much as we're gonna talk about ways to improve your game. That's right, your game. A few things to mention. This may take a while. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to broadcast once I get done with demonstrating what I plan to do and how I plan to do it. This is what I'm calling the Brig Rig. I'm gonna save state it as my save state 5 from now on, which I'm hopefully, dear God, not going to forget. I'll probably give it its own save game file too, just to have 2 copies, because this is a time-consuming concept. My inspiration for this is Valkos, Lunari, and Raging Paul. These 2 terrors of my Brigandine experience. No, I'm kidding. It's fun playing against them, and I want to get better at it. So that's the obvious reason for me doing this, right? I want to get better. So first of all, what do I mean by playing against people? Well, if you're familiar with Brigandine, The Legend of Forsena, you probably have no idea. But Grand Edition is the version of Brigandine that Japan has that's like not a sequel. It's the same game, but better. I'm just going to be honest, it's better. Brigandine Legend of Forsena came to America. It's how I found out about Brigandine. It's how most of us probably found out about Brigandine. But we, truth be told, got a less good game. The music's better. Everything else is not. The mechanics are better in Grand Edition. There's more unique characters. Dinadan and Iria are uniques, which is really cool. The monsters are a little better balanced. There's a whole ending storyline that actually features some really fascinating battles. If you're not familiar, if you are, you know it's Bull Noil and you know it's the Snake of Chaos, which is just kind of glossed over in Legend of Forsena. So it's a better game, and it also has a multiplayer. That's right, it has local multiplayer. So here I'm going to pause and put in a disclaimer. Yes, there is multiplayer in Brigandine, but that doesn't mean you can just click a button and connect to somebody over the internet. When I say local multiplayer, I don't even mean that there are 2 controllers involved. It's all one controller, which means even if you're using something like an emulator, which, let's be honest, many of us are, you can't just go ahead and connect to somebody and play using controller 2. You have to use, maybe Parsec works. We want to experiment with that, but we haven't had a chance. But something like AnyDesk or I can't think of the other, TeamViewer maybe. I can't think of other things like that do specific screen emulation. So when people on the Discord in our live streams, they ask us, hey, can we play Brigandine with you? And we're like, we'd like to, but Technobabble, that's kind of why, right? As you're about to discover, it's all on one controller. It's all on my controller. I'm not swapping controller slots or anything. So we have to share screens, and to do that, we really have to share access, and to do that, we have to give you access to our computers, which, let's be honest, we don't really know you. No offense, we like you, but it took me like a year to know Trigger to be like, hey, can I actually do this? And it takes a lot of commitment because these processes can be kind of slow. So anyway, what's this? Well, there are 3 tournaments, they call them, which are just ways to play Brigandine that you can do. You can do 6-player, 4-player, 3-player. 4-player is what we're doing with me, Valkos, Trigger, and Paul, where we're all kind of playing against each other 2-on-2. I'm going to do 6-player, not because I want more players, because that's actually more work, but I want to be able to test all of the options. So, first of all, as you know, each country starts with certain unique monsters, and in these other modes, they start with different unique monsters, some of which are a lot easier to build. There's a lot more level 10 things and a lot less level 20, or at least a lot less, like, slow level 20s, level 10s, rather. I didn't even know it's in 3-player mode, but I'm not going to do it because 6-player also has all of the generals from all of the countries, minus the quest knights, which I'm going to probably find pretty quickly because I'm not going to need them. A test rig, by the way, which I probably should have explained earlier, the purpose of this is to test strategies out. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to select 6-player mode, and I'm going to select ruler, and I'm going to rule this land. Now I'm going to select ruler, and I'm going to rule this land. I'm going going to select ruler. I'm going to rule this land. 4, 5, 6 players. So there will be 6 players, but I'm all 6 players. And this is victory conditions. You know, rule the most castles to find victory. Okay, fine. We'll do castles. It doesn't really matter. Time, unlimited. Yeah, unlimited is best. You know, I don't need... I'm not doing this to win. I'm doing this to test stuff. Auto PvP battles. I want off, definitely. Turn order. We usually do random in our multiplayers. Do we want to do custom? Yeah, because I can write it down and I can remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Use that order. That's fine. Alliances. No alliances. Start game. Okay, now please don't do all the start game stuff. You're going to do all the start game stuff, aren't you? Forsena, a land of powerful runes. Once the central kingdom Almakia led the other countries of Forsena, but long war against Norgard brought suffering and chaos to the land. In year 214 of the Sacred King, Almakia is finally poised to win and return order to the land. However... Betrayal! I'm just skipping through this. If you're watching this, you know the general gist of Brigandine. If you don't, I have some Let's Plays up. Valkos has Let's Plays up. We all do. So what I'm going to do, very briefly explained, is I'm going to try to set it up so that all of the countries, A, are adjacent to each other or very close. B, all of the armies are united under one castle or maybe 2. And C, they're in such a position that I can trade different monsters and knights to different countries. Well, again, let's try to sum this up. Again, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to take, for example, all of New Almiki's monsters, put them in one castle. All of the Skarji's monsters, put them in one castle. So on, so forth, until we're in a position where we can trade them around, send them left and right, whatever. Remember, when you capture a castle that has monsters in the reserve bank, you capture those monsters. Valkos, you did this to me, sort of, kind of. So, let's start. Man, I wish there was a zoom out feature. By just making sure we've assigned all of our monsters. We don't have to go through anything right now in terms of, oh, I need to build an army. Like, I don't have to do that. That's the great thing about this. I don't have to do that. Move all of you guys to here. Move you, your bum ass, to here. You stay here. You move all of you bums. Now, you know what? I could do one thing. I could be a little more time efficient, maybe, and just sort of try to stack them into 2 armies, and then send knights on quests where possible, so that I'm out finding items and whatnot and quest knights instead of just like. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it might be worth it just for the sake of, hey, I did this correctly. I want to do this the way I would do this if I wasn't on a live stream, I guess you could say. Because remember, the leader is always going to... the knights are always going to go where the leader is. So Meligant, whenever he returns from the quest, is just going to go where Lance is. And you 3 are already here, so you can just quest. Yeah, there's really nothing I need there. Okay. That's it. We're ending turn. Done. And again, same here, right? You see how they have the level 10 Silver Dragon? Well, those Silver Dragons are pretty cool, right? And I want a TestRig to test what you can do with 2 of them or whatever. So I'm going to move these guys someplace that I'm going to decide real quickly. Oops. Spain. Let's go with... There's no good border. There's no really quick good border. And I want the countries to try to stay strong. I guess here's good. I want these countries to try to stay strong so that they can, What am I even trying to say? I know there are words in my mouth. They're just stuck. So I don't get mana debt. So I don't end up with, like, units that have 200 XPs or whatever. Like 200 hit points. Yeah, that's it. XPs? What are we talking about, Frost? Nothing? Nothing. Good. It's interesting to see how these other countries start. I don't really care about everything. Go on a quest. Or not. I guess you can't just hit up. Sorry, forgot about that. The reason I can move these guys around so haphazardly is that I have absolutely no threats. Because I control all the players. I'm not gonna start fights with myself unless I really want to, so that's the thing. I want one of you around. To be able to attack the Scargy's castle I plan to leave empty. So if you were wondering what I'm doing, you've pretty much seen what I'm doing. But if you want to see it in action, where should I move your troops to? Is the question. Yep, Southern Castle. Adrian. What does she even start with? It's been so long. Holy Griffin, Pegasus, and fucking Firebird. All in one place. 95 mana? Damn. That's a lot. Let me just turn my air conditioner up a bit. Or down a bit, rather, but you know what I mean. Colder. That's what I want. Or should I say cooler. By the way, big props to Team 4-star. Y'all made me, like, cry last night. Just saying. Oh, and more critters. Alright, so we can send Asmit off on some stupid quest. I should have sent Cole on a quest. Because he gets, glows. So it's interesting that Leonia starts with all its special units in its capital. Level 2 Jin. Move Philo and Sophia. Philo, Sophia. Really? Philo, Sophia. Droll. Just take a screen cap of that real quick. Level 7 Angel's not bad, really. Now, I could quest all of these guys, to be honest, but the reason why I'm doing it in a little bit of a more painstaking way... Wow, she only starts with 2 knights, and they're terrible. That's silly. The reason I'm doing it quite this way is so that I can get all my guys into one spot and be able to move them as I see fit. I can rearrange the groups, is what I'm trying to say. I can organize. Like a Kuna would like, I can organize. Okay, Carleon. Genfire has a bunch of ghouls. I really don't care about a bunch of ghouls. You can just go on a quest. Parlian starts off with that wicked Weavern. Oh, and Dinadan. See, Dinadan is a unique character in this setup. Legend of Christina, which is the Paladin. So, badass. Let it be known. The word be known. Here's two really strong armies at the start of the game. Lots of melee DPS, but wow, lots of melee DPS. A little bit of heals, and of course Kai just nuke everything. Yeah, you don't even need a second army. You're too strong. No, you're not. Like, I know they seem strong, but they're small. That's sort of their weakness. Oh, that's actually partly on too, so I don't want to put there. You and you to here. It's the plan, right? Hervery. Oh, and a Triton? Nice. She's like water castle lady, I guess. So one thing I might have to do is summon monsters in these castles and send knights to fetch them before I can really test them. I need to have at least one, if not two, of every monster to really do what I'm doing here. Hey, my favorite music. Gotta stick the beast with the beast. Also, if you're wondering how I'm going to organize a bunch of dudes through this, just remember I can always move a leader up, swap them. So if I want all level 1 knights, I can do that. Hello, Ophelia Cat. Came upstairs to hang out with your dad, huh? Level 8 ghoul. Leveling things up is going to be the hardest part of this entire thing. If I need, like, Diginis, it's going to take a lot of just having a Digini go in, fight a battle, and then just basically like attack, surrender, attack, surrender, attack, surrender. As always, I seem to be questing Camden. And Ulcer with those two morons. Well, they should have like a joint quest where they just go and get stoned and do stupid things. Now, I'm going to give this castle up, but I'm going to move all my guys to defense. That popping you hear is literally my shoulder. And that's my cat standing on my back. Hi, Ophelia, how are you? You wanna sit on Daddy? Come here. You gonna be a good cat? Come here. Come here, girl. Up. Up, up. Yeah, walk my leg. No, that's fine. Okay, don't. So I can quest Victoria. I definitely ordered them to move, right? Yes. So what I'm creating are basically two conflict zones. There you go. Under my arm. Oh, under, over here. I'm going to create a conflict zone here. I'm going to create a conflict zone here. She literally like nuzzled my face. It was adorable. Please don't walk on my keyboard. Please, girl. Ow, your claws are sharp. I have this heavy living thing on my chest. It kind of actually hurts a little. You might actually have to decide where I want to move all my dudes to. For now, let's actually just move everyone to Logres. And that way I can kind of see what everyone's got. Is there a way I can just go location? No way to just move from a list. This is literally just the regular music at half speed. Always reminds me of Benatora from Samurai Deeper Kyo. Great manga, terrible anime. She's a terrible. No, it's pretty bad. I can't even think of any really good fights in it. They made all the characters into like giant deformed monsters. Half the bad guys are just monsters for some reason. And it's like, what was that in the manga? Well, where was this meteorite in the manga? Like, please tell me. Location, everyone is either waiting or making progress. That's fine. Semi. Famine Plague, Donna Award. Bella and Donna. That's clever. Whoever did this was Celeste. Stardust Gospel. Gotta be honest, my shoulder really hurts a lot. Okay. So we have finished the regular phase. Now I could attack here with Helmikia, but that creates a three-way that I don't want. I have one guy I can attack with, this schmuck. Gonna attack here. I have one guy who can attack here, who's this schmuck, who's gonna attack here. I don't need to attack anyone with Carleon. I have two guys here who can attack. Might as well. Should have sent one of them on a quest, maybe. Alright, so the attacks are pretty much auto victories, right? But now we have a million quests to go through. I wish it told you which country these people were from. Alright, we're just gonna speed through all this. Marriott got a giant sword. Sweet. Meligons. He's in a canyon. Finds out his tent, but there's no swan. Perhaps it was a dream. He finds an ice shield. That's perfect for him, actually. So now I can experiment with knights and whatnot. What's a rune area tonic? A drunk. Doesn't give him anything. Camden feels odd. He becomes a duck. New Art gets a spiral great axe. It's a pretty good one. Janfadar quest. There's a village elder, a holy griffin. Janfadar is probably going to die. Yeah, yep. Janfadar. Well, he didn't die. He just failed. Okay. Bluing Tail joins. Task Mantis returns to duty. I guess it's telling players up front who's returned to duty. Schultes joins. Okay, so what was all of this for? Now, I can put all my units in the box. And if that seems fun to you, I gotta be honest with you. Here's where a mass select would really be handy. Organizing features would be great. And this is about where I'm going to leave you. I'm kind of done playing with this. It's been like half an hour, and I don't want to spend too much time of my life on this. I just want to set this up. But I've also given you enough to kind of understand what I'm going for. Now you can do this with the 3-player, 2-player, 1, 3-player, it's only 3 players. Get it right, Frost. Yeah, there should have been, I mean, I know it's a PlayStation 1, so I don't know so much, but there could have been like a kick you back into the box button. There could have been a group select button. Or I could just do that. I don't even think there's a limit to how big the box can get, which is kind of good and actually sort of impressive. So now I have all my units, I have my knights, and I have my units, and I can really organize this if I really want to spend time on it. And take stock of like what I've got where. Like, hey, what are my golems? What are my wyverns? What are my centaur creatures? What are my unicorns? My angels, my pixies, my griffins. Then I can decide from there what I want to prioritize leveling up through tedious repetitions of battle, and so on and so forth. So if this was an interesting idea, if you want to see me play around with this more, do not hesitate to let me know. Plus I can give this guy a shield block plus 3, ice resist plus 1. So now he's fire and ice, so he's like, that's a perfect weapon for him in all honesty. And yeah, I can send knights to quests pretty much infinitely until I get everything I can possibly want. I can build armies with different compositions and send them against each other and test them out and then just unsave the state. Speaking of which, with all this work I've done, I should probably save just in case something goes wrong. Save it and just leave it. Yes, sure. We're gonna slap this on memory card 2, bottom slot. And I'm going to thank you all so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and this concept, again, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'd rather this help the channel grow. It lets me know what you're watching so I can make more of it. Leave a comment if you want to see me do something different with this. And let me know what you think. Is this a giant waste of time? Is this not going to teach me anything? Or is this going to be a way to become better at Brigandine? I'm probably going to stream something else later tonight if you're more interested in other things. But that's just the way it is. And as always on this channel, La Paz.